Hey, Twins fans, it's time to play the Enterprise Hat Trick Challenge.
Our contestants tonight, Molly and Mike.
Let's have a big hand for Kevin here.
At Target Field or the XL Energy Center,
Michael, who would you pick last?
Jim Cunningham is always in on the action.
I like to say Minister of Fun.
A trained actor,
Trained is a really strong word. Bang!
Cunningham has been with the Wild since they began, and the Twins even longer, 18 years.
I can't act, but I can be me in front of people.
The first 13 of those years in the Metrodome. So when this happened, Cunningham's reaction was more visceral than most.
Holy crap. You know, I mean, it was just like...
It wasn't until later that the wheels started turning.
It just hit me. Hey, you know what would be great? A swatch of the Dome. I bet you everybody would want a swatch of the Dome.
So when the Dome held a public sale in April of 2011, Cunningham bought as much as he could, which amounted to 1.5 acres of the inner fabric of the roof and 1.5 acres of the outer. 2 semis full, almost 1/6 of the whole thing.
It was a business proposition, yeah. Investment's a strong word, but it was certainly a business proposition. But beyond that, you know, I'm a fan of the Minnesota Twins.
So yes, when the Metrodome roof came crashing down, Jim Cunningham, the guy always in on the action, bought a bunch of it for about $3,600. But what to do with it all?
They're well beyond what I envisioned.
The first word out of my mouth is cool.
153 miles from the Metrodome, Matt Bishu is paying careful attention to the corners. They're the hardest part.
This is like a Teflon-based fiberglass woven fabric, and so it is as strong as it comes.
So strong, it dulls the blade. But when Duluth Pack was offered the chance to make bags out of Cunningham's Metrodome roof, they figured it was worth it.
It's a well-known piece of history from the Dome, and we want to do something special with it.
Bishu's cutting is the first step. Duluth Pack saves every scrap.
You start with these zipper pieces.
Then the pieces go upstairs to Carol Evenson. It takes a couple hours to sew together each bag.
Yeah, it's different. It's nice to sew on, though.
And it never ceases to amaze her that, yes, she's doing what she's doing.
Seems weird. Really.
He has no idea where it's at.
Chad Ostrike knows this feeling all too well. He's a riveter, but years ago, as a rec league third baseman, same thing happened to him.
The ball goes up, you see it go up, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
And now he's making a bag out of the very same roof.
Never in a million years did I ever think that would happen. It's kind of neat to work with this fabric too, because growing up a Twins fan, you always wonder what the fabric, you know, what's the Dome made out of?
When each bag is finished, the sewer who made it gets to do the honors of sending it off.
Coming down.
They've got a new project lately.
Kelty lining it off the baggie in right.
When the famous right field baggie went on sale this past fall, well, Jim Cunningham had to buy that too.
It seemed like a natural progression for us.
He paid about $3,000 for it, but hasn't figured out just what to do with it yet. Maybe grill covers or bat bags. They're still brainstorming ideas. And he sent a small piece of it to Duluth Pack to start testing prototypes.
We're not going to stop until we figure out a very creative way to use this.
It's amazing when you think about the history of this thing, all the little scratches and creases, and what might have caused them.
People like Puckett or Hunter, you know, jumping up and banging into that thing. Please, fans, watch for flying pops.
Cunningham's not the only guy who's done stuff like this, as anyone with an internet connection can quickly confirm.
Stay alert anytime you're in the spectator area.
But you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who's thought this far outside the box. Or bag.
Some of the bags have stains on them, some of the bags have seams right down the middle, and it just adds more character. To the point that we've had bags returned, and they would ask, can we have a dirtier bag? This one is not dirty enough. This one doesn't have a seam in it.
Sometimes, when an order comes from outside Minnesota, they stop and guess the motivation behind it.
Every bag's got a memory in it.
Orders from North Carolina,
Ripping his
back to throw it. Going deep. Touchdown, Redskins, Clark.
And Washington, D.C. aren't tough to figure out. But there was one order they could almost barely believe.
The Atlanta Braves were one of the very first customers.
It's the world champion Minnesota Twins, and the crowd loves it.
The same Braves the Twins beat to win the '91 World Series in the Metrodome.
Why? You can't win in that bag any more than you won in the Dome.
But now, thanks to Cunningham, you can take the Dome with you in all its Teflon-coated glory in a bag.
Is it a good way to memorialize the Dome? It's as good as any, you know?